Everyone. Hello everyone, my name is Surfraz and today we are going to complete we are going to complete this lesson, Nelson Mandela. This is the third part. I know that you people are watching my videos and you are waiting for the next part also. So this is the third part. We have to complete this one today. In the previous video we came to know about the philosophy of Nelson Mandela. He was so conscious. He was talking about his own life story that before 30 years or in the 8th decade he was arrested, and in the last decade of 20th century he was released and he was elected as a president. Okay, in life he is telling that if we people are being taught how to love, how to hate people, so we can also teach, or we can also be taught how to love one another. So just we are going to complete the next part. Just see what is the message of Nelson Mandela. So he says, in life every man has twin obligations. Twin obligations means two obligations. Obligations to his family, to his friends, to his wife and children, and he has an obligation to his people, to his nation, to his the people, the countrymen, his community, his country, in a civil and human. You can see what he says, that there are for every human being we are having two obligations. The first one is for family and the second one is for the nation. Okay, he says, in a civil and human society each man is able to fulfill those obligations. Everyone is able, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclinations and abilities. But in a country like South Africa it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both those obligations. In South Africa, what happened? A man of color, black color, who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. If you want to have a free life, if you want to live a very good life, you will be punished, you will be exploited, you will be arrested, you will be isolated. And in South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably ripped from his family and his home and was forced to live a life apart. So if you really want to live for your countrymen, you have to leave your family, you have to leave your wife and children, your home, and you will have you will be forced to live a life, a separated life, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family. In beginning I was thinking about my family first. I was not thinking about the country at that time. So I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family, but in attempting to serve my people I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligations as a son, as a brother, as a father, as a husband. So I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligations. मुझे रोका गया. I was unable to fulfill the obligations of my as a son, as a brother, or as a father, or as a husband. I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free in every way that I could know. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut, free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village, free to roast mealies under the stars and ride the broad backs of slow moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my father and abided by the customs my tribe, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. So in the beginning he is talking about his freedom. He says that I was not born with a hunger of freedom. I was not hungry for freedom. I was born free in every way. Whatever I want, I must do. I can enjoy the field, I can enjoy the stream, I can enjoy the bulls, I can enjoy the mealies, I can enjoy the company of my father. I can also enjoy the customs that was assigned by my tribe. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion. Dhoka, illusion that appears to be real but is not, just like mirage. Okay. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion when I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me. I discovered, जब मुझे पता चला कि बचपन में जो मुझे फ्रीडम मिली थी वो तो एक धोखा था. जब मैं जवान हुआ, जब मुझे पता चला कि रियल जो आज़ादी है वो तो हमसे छीन ली गई है. That has been not with me. That I began to hunger for it. फिर मुझे उस आज़ादी की भूख लगी. I began to hunger. I began to think for that freedom. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. The transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night, read what I pleased, and go where I chose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I yearned for means desired. Yearned for extreme desire for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of of earning my keep, and of marrying and having a family, the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. In the beginning, I was thinking about my boyhood freedom. Boyhood freedom was an illusion. After that, I started thinking about the freedom. What kind of freedom? Freedom to be out of home at night and to be pleased by anyhow. Okay, when I was a young man in Johannesburg, I yearned for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential. So he started achieving whatever he was having the potential, he wanted to earning. Okay, and after earning, marrying, after marrying, family, and then the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. So that was my life. In the beginning, I was not having any kind of problem in the context of freedom. Okay, but what happened next? Just see what happened next. But then तभी मेरे साथ कुछ हुआ. I slowly saw that not only was I not free, मुझे पता चला कि I was not free, but my brothers and sisters were not free. मेरे भाई बहन, he's talking about his countrymen. I saw that it was not just my freedom that was curtailed. मुझे पता चला कि सिर्फ मेरे ही freedom को cut नहीं किया गया है, curtail नहीं किया गया, suppress नहीं किया गया है, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. जो मेरे जैसे दिखते हैं उन सब की फ्रीडम को क्या कर लिया गया है? कर्टेल कर दिया गया है. कर्टेल कर दिया गया, मैं डिमिनिश, कम कर दिया, डिक्रीज कर दिया गया है, कट कर दिया गया है. दैट इज़ व्हेन आई ज्वाइन द अमेरिकन नेशनल कांग्रेस. दैट इज़ व्हेन द हंगर ऑफ माई ओन फ्रीडम बिकेम द ग्रेटर हंगर फॉर द फ्रीडम. जो मेरे अंदर जो फ्रीडम के लिए जो भूख थी, वो भूख अब ग्रेटर हंगर में चेंज हो गई थी, क्योंकि अब वो भूख सिर्फ मेरे लिए नहीं थी, बल्कि वो भूख अब मेरे भाइयों बहनों, मेरे सारे कंट्रीमैन लोगों के लिए थी. इसीलिए that hunger of my people, it was the desire of the freedom of my people. So that was, I was not thinking about myself, I was thinking about the people, about my countrymen, to live their lives with dignity and self respect that animated my life. उनकी ज़िंदगी से उनके जो सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट था उसने मुझे जिंदा किया, animated my life. Okay, that transformed a frightened young man into a bold one. ये जो था, ये जो हंगर ऑफ फ्रीडम था, उसने मुझे क्या कर दिया? इन ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड अ फ्राइटनेड यंग मैन इनटू अ बोल्ड वन. एक डरे हुए नौजवान को साहस दे दिया. दैट ड्रोव अ लॉ अबाइडिंग अटॉर्नी टू बिकम अ क्रिमिनल. एक लॉ अबाइडिंग अटॉर्नी था, उससे वो क्रिमिनल बन गया उनके नज़र में. दैट टर्न्ड अ फैमिली लविंग हस्बैंड इनटू अ मैन विदाउट अ होम. दैट फोर्स्ड अ लाइफ लविंग मैन टू लिव लाइक अ मॉन्क. I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than the next man, but I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedoms I was allowed when I know my people were not free. मुझे मॉन्क बना दिया गया, मुझे अलग थलग कर दिया गया, मेरी ज़िंदगी चेंज हो चुकी थी, लेकिन मैं अब भी आज़ाद नहीं था, क्योंकि जब तक मेरे लोग आज़ाद नहीं होंगे तब तक मैं अपने आप को फ्री महसूस नहीं करूँगा. आई विल नॉट फील आई कुड नॉट इवन एन्जॉय द पुअर एंड लिमिटेड फ्रीडम्स. मैं कोई भी फ्रीडम इंजॉय नहीं करूँगा जब तक मेरे लोग आज़ाद नहीं होंगे तब तक. फ्रीडम इज़ इनडिवाइजिबल. फ्रीडम को बांटा नहीं जा सकता. इनडिविजिबल. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. अगर एक मेरा कंट्री में अगर मतलब चेन्स के अंदर है, उसको प्रिजनर बनाया गया है, तो समझ लो मेरा पूरी कौम प्रिजनर है. द चेन्स ऑन ऑल ऑफ माई पीपल वर द चेन्स ऑन मी. अगर मेरे सारे लोग अगर फ्रीडम से दूर हैं तो मैं भी मानूंगा कि मैं भी अभी आज़ाद नहीं हूँ. आई न्यू दैट द ऑपरेसर मस्ट बी लिबरेटेड जस्ट एज श्योरली एज द ऑपरेस्ड. आई न्यू, मुझे पता था. द ऑपरेसर मस्ट बी लिबरेटेड, जो जालिम हैं उनको आज़ाद करना होगा. मस्ट बी लिबरेटेड जस्ट एज श्योरली एज द ऑपरेस्ड, जैसे कि जो जुल्म सह रहे हैं उनको उनकी आज़ादी के साथ साथ उन जालिमों को भी आज़ाद करना होगा इस काम से. अ मैन हु टेक्स अवे अनदर मैन्स फ्रीडम इज़ अ प्रिजनर. एक इंसान जो दूसरे की आज़ादी को छीनता है इज़ अ प्रिजनर ऑफ हेट्रेड. हाँ, वो भी प्रिजनर है, लेकिन वो किस चीज़ का प्रिजनर है? नफ़रत का प्रिजनर है. ही इज़ लॉक्ड बिहाइंड द बार्स ऑफ प्रिजुडिस एंड नैरो माइंडेडनेस. वो भी प्रिजनर है किस चीज़ का? प्रिजुडिस का, नैरो माइंडेडनेस का, बायसनेस का. आई एम नॉट ट्रूली फ्री इफ़ आई एम नॉट टेकिंग अवे. आई एम नॉट ट्रूली फ्री इफ़ आई एम टॉकिंग if I am taking away someone else's freedom just as surely as I am free from my freedom is taken from me. I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. मैं ही आज़ाद नहीं हूँ अगर मैं अपने आप को आज़ाद महसूस नहीं करता. अगर मैं अपनी आज़ादी ही छीन लिया हूँ तो मैं भी आज़ाद नहीं हूँ. The oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. जो जालिम हैं और जो मज़लूम हैं, ये दोनों क्या हैं? ये दोनों के दोनों क्या हैं? The oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their ह्यूमैनिटी. वो उनके अंदर से ह्यूमैनिटी के नाम की जो चीज़ है वो ख़त्म हो चुकी है. ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन था जो कि हमने बहुत ही सिंपल तरीके से कंप्लीट कर दिया. उन्होंने क्या कहा? उन्होंने कहा द ऑपरेस्ड जालिम मजलूम एंड द ऑपरेसर जालिम अलाइक, वो दोनों के दोनों एक ही जैसे हैं. आर रोब्ड ऑफ देयर ह्यूमैनिटी, उनके अंदर से ह्यूमैनिटी निकाल ली गई है. दे आर रोब्ड ऑफ देयर ह्यूमैनिटी, उनके अंदर से इंसानियत ख़त्म हो चुकी है. दोनों के दोनों, ठीक है ना? द ऑपरेस्ड एंड द ऑपरेसर. बिकॉज एक वो है जो जुल्म कर रहा है और एक वो है जो जुल्म करने पर उसको आमादा कर रहा है, वो सह रहा है. जुल्म सहना भी उतना ही बड़ा पाप है जितना कि जुल्म करना. सो देयर इज सम क्वेश्चंस, ओरल क्वेश्चंस. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 इज देयर, व्हाट ट्विन ऑब्लिगेशंस डज मंडेला मेंशन? सो ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द ऑब्लिगेशन ऑफ फैमिली एंड ऑब्लिगेशन ऑफ द कंट्रीमैन ऑफ द नेशन. एंड व्हाट डिड being free mean Mandela as a boy? So as a boy, what was the freedom? As a student, what was the freedom? You can find in the text. And how does he contrast these transitory freedoms with the basic and honorable freedoms? So honorable freedoms, like, you know, after started earning and marrying and family. Does Mandela think the oppressor is free? No, oppressor is not free. Oppressor is also a prisoner of hatred, prejudice, biasness, or you can say the narrow-mindedness. Why and why not? You can just write your answer in your own language. And listen, don't copy from anywhere, because if you are copying your answer, that means you are burning your own, you are just killing your own talent, you know. So don't copy from any source. Try to write in your own words, and always write in standard English, not general English. Okay, so there is some work thinking about the text. So these questions must be answered. Thinking about language also. So noun and verb you have to change. Rebellion, rebel, constitution, constitute, like that. So you have to make a list. And there is a paragraph. Read the paragraph below. Fill in the blanks with the noun forms of the verb. So verb is given. You have to just write down the nouns: contribute, contribution; assist, assistance; subjugate, subjugation; and imprison, imprisonment; resist, resistance. So you can write the noun form of these verbs using the definite article with names. So here there is a just knowledge, just take that knowledge. And idiomatic expressions are there. So unmindful of the fact, pushed to our limit. So these are the phrases, these are the idiomatic expressions. Just memorize it, and you can use these idioms in your own writing, and you can improve your own writing. There is some activity for the speaking part. So if it is possible in the classroom, so you can just talk, you can have yes, group discussion, and you can discuss with your friends. The writing part is there. Yes, that's enough. That's enough. There is some vocab part is also in this lesson, what we have done and what you can do. So there are some activities you can do by yourself. So I think it's okay, it's completed. Thank you very much for your patience and for your watching, and just watch, keep watching and keep learning my videos. Thank you. Thanks a lot.